Folks, welcome. This is our June 17th restorative class. I have a crow outside my window, and you might be hearing that crow during class. For better or for worse, I've been making friends with a couple of crows and offering them a few cashews every day. And so they show up and they make their noises. So maybe that's going to be part of our class today. As usual, I'd like to start at the wall and legs up the wall, Viparita Karani. And you'll see that I have my mat covered with a blanket again today. I'm gonna go ahead and tuck myself in there. Come on in close to the wall. Roll onto your back, stretch your legs up. Let's let the arms rest with the palms facing down. And probably like me, you won't be able to have your hands straight towards the wall, but a little bit out to the sides is just fine. Take a couple of moments to feel the sensations of your body touching the floor. What do you feel through those sensitive fingertips? What is the sensation of your palms? Which parts are touching? Notice that it takes some will, some drive, some passion or fire to pay attention, to bring your awareness into your hands. Study, feel, use your perceptions to feel what's really here. And then let those hands completely relax and let go. Now let's use the will to feel the arms. What part of your arms, elbows, upper arms are touching the floor? Pay attention, study. Don't go to assumptions or memories, but just feel what's here right now today. And in this studying, you might notice that there are judgments, ideas about how it's supposed to feel, how it used to be, maybe something's wrong in your mind. And let's let the third part of the practice be to just let go of any kind of worrying, any kind of assumptions, judgments, programs, plans. We just let the arms and the hands now absolutely let them go. As if you now have no control over your arms and your hands, that they're going to be what they're going to be. And let's move our practice into shoulder blades and upper back. What's touching? And then into studying, what is the sensation of touching? Is it hard, cold, sharp, soft, warm, neutral? And then we'll let go with the shoulders and the upper back. Move this practice now into the back of your head. Which parts of the head touch? So the steps I'm taking you through are called Kriya Yoga. And that includes 3 different parts. It's called tapas, svadhyaya, ishvara pranidhana. Tapas is the will, discipline, fire, drive, passion. How do you get going? How do you stick to anything? Svadhyaya is study, often called self-study. And Ishvara Pranidhana is surrender. In the words of the yogis, it's surrendering to something greater than yourself. Sometimes this Ishvara is translated as God, but that's just one interpretation. Surrender, acknowledging that you yourself do not have control. Neither can you master and manipulate how things will happen all the time, nor do you have to. So depending on your temperament, your personality, what's going on in your life, it might feel terrifying to surrender, or it might feel like such a relief. Or maybe it's a combination of both. I think for me, it's a little bit of both. So study the way your head is touching the floor, just which parts contact. How would you describe those sensations in your self-study practice? And let it all go. Move attention now down to your low back and the back of your pelvis and feel what parts there are touching the floor. Use your will to stay present and open to what is actually felt. This is another form of discipline. When we're just trying to feel one area of the body, just trying to keep the attention right in this moment, the sensations as they arise. And then as we transition into the letting go, into the Ishvara Pranidhana, connect that with your exhalations. Surrendering control, surrendering beliefs, ideas, judgments, surrendering any tension in the muscles. Let's move awareness into the legs. Because your legs are on the wall, likely only your heels are touching the wall, or if you're positioned like I am, just the backs of my calves are touching. Let's feel that sensation, whatever it is, keeping attention there, staying very present. And then study, what is that sensation like? Is it sharp? Is it dry? Is it moist? Is it pleasant or unpleasant? What are the judgments that go with that? And then we let go. So that sound you just heard was my two black cats having a little spat through the window. One's on the inside, one's on the outside. It's like Wild Kingdom around here, let me tell you. Now let's just turn the palms upward and we'll study the hands again. Tapas. Take your attention to your hands. Keep that tapas flowing, that discipline, that will, that drive, and study. What do you feel now? Is the floor cool? Is it warm? Do you feel a breeze? Is it different now with the backs of the hands facing the floor? And surrender all effort in your hands. And let's move the arms to shoulder height. And let's take the legs wide apart. Upavista Konasana. Push your heels up and out. Drive your toes towards your shins. Keep your full attention on your lower legs. Really paying attention to the sensation of stretching through the calves, stretching through the hamstrings. And then relax that effort. Let your legs just rest in this position as best they can, knowing that this position includes likely some tension along the inner thighs, maybe inner knees. So now we're going to combine the will and the paying attention. We're going to call those inhalation. Every time we inhale, we're really going to commit to paying attention and feeling sensation. Every time we exhale, we're going to let go and soften a little bit more. Now let's bend the knees to bring the soles of the feet together into Baddha Konasana. Take some time to notice. Your inhalations are the time to pay attention to. Let's start with your feet. The sensation of the outer feet on the wall, bottoms of the feet touching each other. Noticing with so much interest on your breath in, and then letting that go on your breath out. When we're only in a willful mood or mode, it starts to harden us. We're just gripping down mentally on paying attention. It goes into an over alert state. The eyes can get dry and tired. Muscles can get too tense. The heart rate can even go up when we're just fixating continuously. So we balance that with a letting go. Now, if we were to only let go all the time, we could go to an extreme of that, where we would be so passive, be so floppy, that we wouldn't have any will or motivation to do anything. So using this breath rhythm, we can balance the will, the discipline, and the studying with the surrender, the letting go, and the accepting. Now let's bring the knees together. Slide the legs back up the wall. Could we have a generalized study? Could we feel the body as one? Breathing in, attending, staying present. Breathing out, letting go, letting everything soften and rest. Breathing in this intention to pay attention. Breathing out a surrender, acknowledging you don't have control. You don't get to control this. You don't have to control this. Now turn your head to the left as far as you can. Inhale. Use your exhalation to turn your head back to the center very slowly. Turn your head to the right without harming. Turn to the right as far as you can. Exhale to turn your head slowly back center. Let's do that again. Inhaling, head turns left. Exhaling, head turns to center. Inhale, head looks to the right. And exhale to the center. Now let's tip the head so the left ear moves towards the left shoulder. There's our inhalation. Exhale, head back up neutral. Inhale, tilt your head over towards the right shoulder. And exhale to bring your head back to neutral. Once more to the left. Good. Now let's tilt the head to the left again. We're going to hold there. If you want more stretch along that right side of your neck, bring your left hand over and just ever so gently use your fingers to draw the base of your skull up towards the top of your skull. Breathing in, breathing out. Now, staying in the side bend, roll your head towards your left ear so you'll be looking at the wall. So your head is side bending and you're turning your neck. Pay attention as you breathe in. Let go as you breathe out. Good. Now let's stay in the side bend. Turn your nose back up to face the ceiling. And then turn your gaze away from the wall. Still side bending. Find your breath, your will, your studying self on your inhale. As you exhale, soften and soften and soften. Good. Turn your nose back up to the ceiling. And then we'll bring the head back up to its neutral position. Now we'll be going to the second side. Tilt your head towards your right shoulder. And then rotate along your neck so you're looking towards the wall. Side bending and turning. Breathing in and breathing out. Okay, stay in the side bend. Bring your nose up to face the ceiling. There's our neutral. And then rotate to turn your head away from the wall. Don't do anything that hurts, anything that's sharp or hot or burning. But stretch and warm, pink sensation are fine. Bring the head back to neutral. And then come out of the side bend. All right. Let's bring the hands together at the heart. Place your fingers together. Turn your palms up towards the ceiling. Stretch your wrists and your elbows. And then take your arms overhead, reaching them away from the wall. Good. Inhale. Exhale, release the clasp of the hands. Open your arms to the sides. And then bend your knees down towards your chest. We'll be going to our side twist. Let's shift the hips to the left a bit. Roll your legs over to the right. As always, prop yourself up as needed. Now bring your left hand over to touch your left shoulder. And then slide that hand slowly across your chest to touch your right shoulder. And then let's slide the left hand along the inside of the right arm until the palms touch. Now let's slide the left hand past the right hand and then bring the palms to touch and then slide the left hand towards you. So the left hand is closer now. Your chest and head start to roll a little to the left. But instead of rolling to the left, we're going to slide the hands together. Left hand passes the right hand. And then we come back until the left hand is closer to you. Do that a few times. Rolling back and forth. Using your inhalations to really notice what you're feeling. And your exhalations to be soft. Sometimes we have issues in the body that we must accept. You have to surrender sometimes and say, that's just the limitation I have. I can't run or I can't walk downhill without using some support. And it's a surrender to what is real. So we pay attention and we study what's here. And we accept, we strive to accept, as hard as it might be sometimes. So one more time, the left hand's going to pass the right hand. And then we'll let the left hand come closer. And then we'll slide that left hand up to the right shoulder. And then left hand across the chest to the left shoulder. And then let's open the left arm slowly. Take your elbow towards the floor. Maybe your elbow touches, mine sure doesn't. And then open your arm to the left. Breathing in, tapas, svadhyaya. Breathing out, Ishvara Pranidhana. Right now, the cottonwood is going crazy. The air is filled with white fluff. In the daytime, if I'm out and about, it feels like I have cotton in my eyes. And yet there's no controlling that. There's nothing I can do. Hey, all you trees, stop going through your natural cycles. However, there is a part of my personality that tries to, I don't know if I really try to control it, but I definitely get frustrated. Why is this happening? Why is this happening to me? Seems very personal some days. All right, we're going to roll back to our backs. Take your time. Move one leg at a time. When you get there, shift your hips back to neutral and take your legs upright again. With the legs upright, let's draw the chin down towards the throat. And then move your chin away from your throat. So it's like a big nodding yes. Your eyes could look to the wall across from you. Take an inhalation. As you exhale, bring the chin down towards the throat again. Inhale, chin moves away. Exhale, chin moves towards. A few more times that way. And yes, you're going to end up with bedhead after this. I won't tease you. Now head to neutral. And then again, let's look to the left, turning the head left. Exhale your head center. Turn your head right with the breath in. And back to the center with the breath out. All right, it's time to bend the knees again. Shift your hips over to the right this time. And we'll roll over onto our left sides. We're going to go ahead and bring that right hand right over to the right shoulder. And then across to the left shoulder. Right hand comes down the inseam of the left arm. And then your right hand's going to pass your left hand. And we'll go back and forth now with the right hand moving just beyond the left hand. And then just to this side of the left hand. your head roll side to side. If your neck is aggravated by lying this way on your side, tuck another blanket under your head. Okay, now, as you bring that left hand past the right hand, slide it over to the left shoulder. Cross your chest to your right shoulder. Slowly open the right arm. The elbow goes downward, but likely not to the floor. The arm opens. Maybe your hands or fingers rest on the floor, but that's probably all. Let's really emphasize the exhalations this time. That letting go phase. Let's take about 3 more breaths here. And then we'll roll back onto our backs. Again, we're going to make that shift of the hips so the hips are back in line with the shoulders. And then we're going to scoot away from the wall. You might be able to slide. I'm going to have to kind of do little caterpillar-y movements. We want to move away until the knees are right over the hips and the feet are as high as the knees. Now press your feet into the wall and then isometrically, that means they're not going to move, pull your feet down towards the floor. Okay, now we're going to cross the right ankle above the left knee. If you're sitting in a chair with this cross leg position. Let's take the hands onto the thighs now, and we'll press both thighs towards the wall. Flex your left foot. Keeping your hands pressing on your thighs and your feet flexed. Arch your back away from the floor. Inhale, and as you exhale, lengthen your back along the floor. We'll inhale to arch, and we'll exhale to lengthen. Let's do that a few more times. Good. Now pause with your back lengthened along the floor. Keep pressing your thighs towards the wall, but use your legs to do that and lace your hands together at your heart. Turn your hands inside out, palms face the ceiling. Inhale, and as you exhale, take your arms overhead along the floor, still pressing both thighs towards the wall. Breathing in, breathing out. Good. The next time you exhale, open your arms wide. And we're going to keep this figure 4 in the legs, but we're going to heel toe the left foot down to the floor. Take your time, be careful, and then eventually the bottom of the right foot touches the floor and the side of the left foot touches the floor. Then we can use that left hand on the top of the right thigh and press the right thigh towards the wall. Keep both feet active. Left foot pressing the wall, right foot pressing the floor. And then let's take that right arm up overhead along the floor and reach it towards the left so that your arm is pressing into your ear and the side of your head. And like a big snow angel, let's open the arm wide. Take it all the way down by the side of your hip. Inhale like you're opening the great cape or some bat wings or something as the arm reaches up. Exhaling as the arm slides along the floor to come back down by your side. Let's do that one more time. Arm reaches up. And as you exhale, the arm comes down by your side. Now turn your head to the right and draw your chin down towards your shoulder. Let's use the exhalations here to focus on letting go. Right, untuck your chin, turn your head to center. Keep both arms out to the sides. Now we'll uncross the right leg and start to roll back onto your back. We're going to put the feet back on the wall as we had them before. Let's lace the hands together. Oops, almost forgot. Cross your left ankle over the right knee. Flex both feet. Turn the palms inside out and up. You know what? I forgot pushing the thighs. Let's go back to that first. Let's press both of the thighs towards the wall. Both feet are flexed and we're pressing the right foot into the wall as well. Now let's rock the pelvis a bit, arching as you inhale, lengthening as you exhale. This time let's pause in the arched position. Hands together, try to go for that unfamiliar interlace of your hands. Turn your palms upward and then take your arms overhead. Press your thighs towards the wall and steady. What is it like to have the back arched, legs active, and arms overhead? Good. Breathe in. As you breathe out, open your arms wide. I think I have to scoot over just a little bit here before we go into this rocking to the side. We're going to walk that right foot heel toed across the wall to bring the legs all the way down to the right. Bottom of the left foot touches the floor. Bottom of the right foot touches the wall. Then we'll take that right hand to the left thigh and press the left thigh towards the wall. And the left arm goes overhead. Yep. And then we'll start to open the cape or make the angel wings. Arm coming down by your side on the exhalation. Sliding up by your ear on the inhalation. And then let's meet with the left hand down by your side. Turn your head to the left and draw your chin down towards your shoulder. There we go on the exhalations. Okay, untuck your chin. Turn your head back to center. We're going to take the arms out to the sides. We'll uncross the left leg, foot comes to the wall, and then bring the right foot back to the wall as well. Excellent. Let's take the legs straight up now. What is it like to take the legs straight up? Is that possible? If it feels too intense for your hamstrings, take your feet closer to the wall or maybe even rest your feet on the wall. Now let's flex the feet so the heels are going higher than the toes. And then we'll point the feet so the toes go higher than the heels. Let's do that again. Flexing as you inhale, pointing as you exhale. One more time. And then And bring your feet to neutral. Now, can we flex just the toes? Pull your toes down towards your face. Then keep pulling your toes towards your face and push up through your heels. So we're even more thoroughly stretching the bottoms of the feet. Let's keep the toes flexed and point the feet like you just stepped into some high-heeled shoes. And then we'll point the toes up as well. And then can you curl your toes in towards your arches? Probably going to cramp. Ooh, mine are cramping. And then release the toes. And then push your heels up. And then take the feet to neutral. Now let's make some circles with the feet. Maybe they crackle and crunch. Just stay with them, study them. And then the other direction. Feel, what do you hear? What do you see? Good. Now let's bend the knees down towards the chest. Put your hands on your shins. We're going to go around the sacrum, around like a circle. And we can do that just by taking the knees in a circle. But I want you to go very slowly. You know, sometimes we do this like a clock. We're touching all the 12 points of the clock, envisioning those 12 numbers right there on the back of your pelvis. Going a little faster than that. But I do want you to try to feel all the different points of your back, your sacrum, your outer hips. What is felt there today? And your knees come back up towards your head. Let's go the other direction with the knee circles. Make your way back to neutral. Okay, let's put the feet down on the floor. We're going to slide away from the wall. Again, maybe you can slide. I'm going to try it. We'll see how it goes. Oh yeah, that works today. Some days it works, some days it doesn't. And then let's bind the hands together again. Push out through your feet. Stretch your arms up. And then take the arms overhead. Now let's lie so your feet are not touching the wall so that we can slide the right leg towards the wall and reach into the right hand more than the left hand. Inhale. Exhale back to neutral. And then let's stretch the left side longer than the right side with a breath in. And the breath out brings us back to neutral. Let's do that again. Inhaling. Exhaling. Left side, inhale. Exhale to the neutral. Good. Now let's unlace the hands and let's take both arms like big bat wings all the way down by the legs. And inhale to take both arms all the way up overhead along the floor. Open the arms wide, bring them down. And this time, as the arms go up, let's take the legs wider apart, like we're making a snow angel. Exhaling, arms come down, legs slide back together. Inhaling, angel wings, angel, I guess it's a gown. And then this time, let's take the arms out wide. We'll bend the knees, bringing the feet to the edges of the mat. You can feel your mat through your blanket. Now let's just lift the toes, something like we did at the wall. We're going to rock the knees over to the right. Slowly turn your head to the left. Inhale. Slowly, slowly turn your head to center as the knees go back up. Toes are still lifted as you rock your knees left. Slowly turn your head to the right. The exhalation brings head and knees back center. Let's go to side this way, making your movement match your breath. So the movement's going to have to slow down, especially the turning of your head. It seems like something that happens with the head is that our eyes are so plugged into our brains But as soon as the eyes or maybe even the ears believe we hear something or see something, the head quickly turns. And when we're younger, that might be just fine. But as we age, all these parts would benefit from moving slowly and carefully. Now, make sure that you hear me. They need to move. You must move your body if you want to keep your joints lubricated with synovial fluid, if you want to keep your muscles toned so that they can contract and stretch. But what about just going slowly enough that you can really study yourself? And add into that this letting go, this Vishvara Pranidhana. I get to study myself. And I must surrender to what is actually here. Okay, the next time the knees have rocked over to the right side, we're going to pause there. And then once again, take your right ankle over the left knee. It's more to the side of the knee. Now, if that hurts your left knee, don't do it. Just imagine doing it. Lengthen your left femur bone towards your knee. Engage the glutes there. And then let's slide the right arm up overhead by the ear like we did with the angel wings. Now, with your head turned left, tuck your chin down towards your armpit. Keep your head turned left, bring your chin back to neutral. Then rock your chin away from your armpit like you're trying to look at the left hand. And bring your head back to neutral. Let's slide the left arm back out to the side. Uncross your right ankle. Breathe in. Let the breath out. Head and knees come slowly back to center. Now rock your knees over to the left. Your head is going to turn to the right. Let's take the left foot and stack it on top of the right knee, unless you have any pain there. Lengthen your left femur bone towards your knee. Engage your glutes. And then let's slide the right arm up by the right side of the face. With your head turned right, tuck your chin in down towards your armpit. Good. Now rock your chin away from your armpit. Okay, back to neutral. Let's slide the left arm back out to the left. Uncross, that's your right arm, excuse me. Uncross the left foot. Rock your knees back to center. Now let's heel toe the feet back together until they're hip distance apart. And let's rock around the sacrum again. So it's a tilt of the pelvis. And then we start to roll over onto the right buttock. Left buttock comes off the floor. Gliding around the side of your sacrum, down towards your sitting bone. And then to center. So we're pushing the tailbone down towards the floor. Now we're going to rock over. The right buttock comes off the floor. Keep your knees in neutral though. Pressing into the left side of your sacrum. Tuck the pelvis, tuck the tailbone, come back to center. Let's go the other direction now. Right buttock comes off the floor again. You're going to feel the left buttock pressing, left sacrum pressing. And we come around until we're arching the back to center with the back fully arched. Then we keep the back arched as we lift the left buttock slowly. Try to keep your knees neutral. Feeling the outer right buttock. Tuck the tailbone and make your way all the way back to center. Good, now let's just arch as we inhale, lengthen as we exhale 2 more times. Now we're going to use the right arm as a pillow. You could use your hand or you could stretch your arms straight. Let's roll onto the right side with your head supported. Okay, now press yourself on up and we're going to come to all fours. I'm having a little wrist issue right now. So instead of palms flat, I'm going to go on my fists. And I want you to know that that's always an option for you, even midway through the practice, if your wrists start to get tired. Let's do a bit of that cat-cow stretch here. We'll inhale and arch the back. Exhale to round. So now we finally get to round the back. Inhaling, we arch. Exhaling to round. A few more times with your own breath rhythm. Okay. And then let's meet in the neutral spine. Now we're going to take the knees wider apart. And with the knees wide apart, take your toes together. And let's round into the cat shape and go back to a child's pose. If child's pose doesn't work, just come back as far as you can. Then let's go back up to neutral. Arch your back into the cow shape. There's our inhalation. As you exhale, round, you come down to child's pose. Inhaling, back to neutral. Round, child's pose. Inhale, neutral. Exhale, round, child's pose. Inhale, neutral, and force. One more time, rounding your back. Sitting bones toward the heels. We'll inhale, back to neutral. Now let's take the knees a little narrower, closer to shoulder width apart. Let's get off the wrists for a moment. Those of you who are on the palms, they're probably getting a little tired. Let's come on up and clasp the hands together, and we'll circle out the wrists a few times. Crackle, crackle, crunch, crunch, crunch. Go both directions. Okay. Then let's come back to all fours, either on your fists or on your palms. Knees are shoulder width apart. Let's take the hands just a little ahead of the shoulders. Press your shoulders back towards the wall, and then bring your hips slowly forward. So we're going to go into that arched position here. It's a version of the cobra pose. Inhale. And as you exhale, come back to all fours, neutral. Inhale, the chest lifts, the back is arching. Exhale, back to neutral. Inhale to that cobra. Exhale to all fours. Twice more. Okay, let's come up onto the knees. Palms face each other. And we're going to do another way of circling out the wrists. Turn the backs of the hands together. Point the fingers down. Point the fingers forward and up, and then flip the palms together. Backs of the hands together. And yeah, we're going to loop around just like this. Once more. Now lace your hands together. Turn the palms forward. Take your laced hands up overhead. Inhale. As you exhale, open your arms like those great big bat wings. Let's do just a little bit of snow angels. Inhale, slide the arms up as we did on the floor. You can imagine the floor underneath us. Exhale, arms come down by your sides. Once again, inhale, reaching up, out and up. Exhale, out and down. We're going to go back to all fours, and we'll be putting together those two practices that we just did. So knees are shoulder width apart. Let's round the back and come to child's pose. Coming up through neutral spine. We arch the back as we come forward. I have to take my knees back a little further. Cobra. Exhaling, we're rounding and coming all the way to child's pose. Inhaling, we go through neutral, arched back, shoulders pressing back to the cobra. Move at your own breath rhythm, and I encourage you to go very slowly. Exhaling for the child. Inhaling for your cobra. Call the child pose balasana, cobra, bhujangasana. For your practice of tapas, discipline, self-study, svadhyaya, surrender, ishvara pranidhana. So we're putting some fluid into the spinal discs. They get very dry. I heard someone describe it that as we age, they turn into leather. Let's try to keep them plump and moist like summer fruit. Let's go twice more. Bhujangasana, balasana, cobra pose, to your child's pose. And let's meet in child's pose. If you're on the fists, turn your palms to the floor now. Now, staying in child's pose, walk your hands over to the right, all the way off of your mat. And reach that left arm forward. Plant your right palm just outside your right knee and turn your belly to the right. Re-extend the right arm, slide your hands to the center, and then take them off the left side of your mat. Bend the left elbow and plant your hand just outside your left knee, and then turn your belly towards the left. Right arm stays long. Right, re-extend the left arm, slide both hands back to the center. Now bring your hands under your shoulders and press yourself up to sitting. Let's finish with the same practice that we did last week. We're going to fold the blanket and then we'll roll it up into a log. Maybe you were here and you remember this, or you can always check. I realize this is a YouTube video, so you'll have the opportunity to look back at previous classes. And we're going to roll it up. Again, if you have fringe on your blanket, tuck the fringe in. You want it to be a smooth log. Place your log lengthwise on your mat. Either direction is fine. And then take a second blanket or pillow. That will be a support for your head. So if you don't remember or you're new to this, you'll be sitting right at the bottom end of your log, arranging that so your spine goes right along that roll. And then this other blanket goes under your neck and your head. And take a moment here, one more time, to nod your head up and down, looking toward the wall, looking down towards your knees. Bring your head to neutral. Now let's slide the shoulder blades up towards the ears. And then can we relax them away from the ears? Pause a moment here and press your head down and tuck your shoulder blades down away from your ears a little more, and then let them really rest. And your legs could go in any position. I'm going to suggest either legs straight, or if that's uncomfortable, separate your feet and rest your knees against each other. Your eyes closed. And can you feel the whole contact of the body with the floor? So your heels, calves, thighs, buttocks, hands, forearms, maybe elbows, maybe upper arms. Notice what's touching the roll, which parts of your back body. Head there on the other blanket. One last inhalation to really pay attention with that discipline, with that study. On the exhalation, total surrender and letting go. Tapas, Svadhyaya, Ishvara Pranidhana, Kriya Yoga. Yoga. Om Masatoma Santamaya Tamasoma Jyotirgamaya Mrityurma Umrita Gamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Some deeper breaths now. You have more time to spend in Shavasana. Feel free to stay resting, to move on with your day. And bend your knees now. Roll to your right side. Come and meet me in a seat. Let's join your hands together at the heart. To move through your day or through your week until we are together again. We practice these 3 steps of Kriya Yoga. Paying attention, really studying yourself, surrender. Namaste. As always, a pleasure to be teaching for Unity Care. Feel free to reach out to me if you have questions, suggestions, feedback, anything like that. All right, folks, I hope you have a wonderful day.